Well, big difference between ending the season with a win or a loss, but no matter what, when you have good team chemistry, this isn't an easy day. What is it like for you, having to kind of part ways with a lot of the guys, knowing the team isn't going to be exactly the same next year?
Yeah, it sucks. Every year ends with guys leaving, and we're never going to have that group in there again. It's much easier to end winning. Everybody's happy and kind of just disappears, I guess, after a week. But no, saying goodbyes, realizing, things come to an end. It's tough in there.
Every ex-athlete that you hear talk about, they always say they miss the locker room, they miss the guys, they miss that part of it. This particular group, what will you miss about them when it comes to the non-hockey stuff?
Oh yeah, just a lot of time spent together outside of the rink, on the road, even in the rink, not involving hockey. A lot of things I can't talk about. It's just all the fun stuff. So a lot of memories, friendships for life, and a special year with a lot of milestones being reached and all that stuff. So it's been a blast.
Is there a particular moment last year going to the championship run, or even this year, that you look back on that you're very proud of, that you overcame or the team overcame?
Yeah, I think there's just been a lot of pressure with the expectations here to win, and on any given night, and it's fun to see when sometimes we don't have it. Guys step up and really overcome. Like we're a deep team and we rely on everybody in there. So it's been a family atmosphere, and every time somebody's not there, we have another guy to pick them up or help them out. So I think the expectation of winning is as good as it is. It's a lot of pressure to do that, and I think we have done that.
How much did fatigue play a part to this season?
I think mental fatigue really hit home for a lot of guys. It's tough, year 3 with a lot of hockey being played. Sometimes in the middle of the season, it's hard to get up for the game. It's dark out when you wake up from your nap, and dark out when you get to the rink. So it's kind of like not much of a break, just the dog days. It's mentally exhausting. But come playoff time, there's no excuses. It's just all fun and games there.
Is it frustrating then to end the way you guys did? I think plenty of talent there, but it just felt like you guys couldn't find that next gear in this series in particular. Is that frustrating? Yeah,
definitely frustrating. I think the first 2 games come down to a single play, and that's the difference. And it's tough realizing, like, hey, we win that one in overtime, or we score on the power play instead of giving up one on the power play. Then we come back here, make it a best of 3 series at home. We're playing tonight. I think that's the game. You gotta have the bounces when you get there, and a lot of luck goes into it. But it's frustrating.
I think there was so much success last year, and then obviously you win a cup, and then you come into this run, you faced adversity. It felt like at every given turn in different ways, injuries or the power play struggle recently. Like, how much do you take off of that? Where last year maybe it was like, all right, let's keep this thing going, but now you maybe have things that you want to work on, heading into next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last year is tough to compare to any year I think anybody's ever had. It's just everything went right, and even in the playoffs, we didn't face one elimination game until Game 7 here. Even then, it's full confidence that we were going to do it. So this year, it's tough when back's against the wall pretty early here. Like, it happens quick. These best of 5 series, you don't have much time to think. So it was. It's just interesting. Different positions. I think we're going to grow from it, and just try to be better next time.
A couple of the guys that have come through today have said about how playing here, especially during the playoffs, feels like an NHL environment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that after 2 years and almost 30 playoff games?
Yeah, absolutely. It was so cool. The fans. I mean, I grew up coming to some games, but also before I was here, I came to Game 3 of the finals against Coachella, the first Cup run. So I knew what I was getting into. It was just such a special atmosphere, and it's so easy to play in front of them, and they take us in, and it's a lot more fun playing in front of fans like that than no fans at all.
How does it compare to playing at Pegula?
Oh, pretty similar. I think Pennsylvania fans, they love their hockey, which is a blast, and they get rowdy and pack the place. I think, Pegula, different atmosphere with the college kids and synchronized chants, but even you hear that here. So it's just fun to play in front of fans that are so appreciative of what you do and so happy to see you when you have success.
Can you describe what it's been like to play along some vets like Rosie and Scarps?
Yeah, it's cool. It's a different game than we've played growing up our whole life, and to see those guys do it for so long and how they approach the game, you really just sit back and learn. It's hard to do what they've done and to play every night and come to the rink and work out and go through the grind, and the way they approach the game and the energy that they bring to the rink is it's impressive and inspiring to watch.
You didn't want to get this extra time, but you have a little extra time to whether it's refresh or whatever. For your game in particular, I mean, you're always on the score sheet, but what are the things that you're going to try and do and what you need to continue to work on to elevate your game, elevate level, whatever you're going to try and work on?
Yeah, the goal is always to get faster. Whichever way that's going to be, I think being in the gym, getting more explosive on the ice, working on my skating, but also just being more consistent overall. Finishing checks, shooting the puck, things that I can kind of get away from at times. I think make those a priority, and I think that's really it. Is just kind of speed and consistency.
Spencer Carberry has mentioned to me that he's a big fan of your game overall. What would it mean if you could someday make your debut for the Capitals, especially because of your rich history here in Pennsylvania and Penn State and everything?
That'd be awesome. It was a dream growing up to play for the Capitals. I've been a huge fan for as long as I can remember. So, when I first was able to sign here, I thought it was, a dream come true, and the next dream would be to play for the Capitals. And, I realize it's a very tough thing to do, and that's all I wanted to do is put my name on the map, and hopefully I'm gonna call up one day. So I think it was a great camp this year, and hopefully one day I can make that.
And then with the guys that have come up through Hershey and even played for the Capitals, like Joe Snively, Garrett Rowe played here, won a championship. What does that mean to you just locally to see how much this area has produced hockey stars now? Because years before it wasn't like that at all. Maybe Jeff Halpern was the only guy.
Yeah, it was few and far between for the number of hockey players coming out of Virginia. So I think right now with what the Caps have done and winning recently, it's exploded hockey in Virginia, and it's such a fun thing to be a part of and watch. And now, skating in the summer, there's kids left and right that are playing at college or juniors committed or drafted, and it's cool to see. But kind of for Garrett and Snively, when growing up, there wasn't a lot of guys to pave the path, and they found their way. So I think it's cool, and it's shows their dedication and hard work, and we have a special bond being from VA, growing up playing pro hockey.
For you, what did it mean as a Capitals fan seeing Alex Limoges break the goals record this year?
That was awesome. It was so cool. I mean, I always wanted to be a part of that, and even in the organization, it's just trickle down effect. It's just everybody's so proud, and so cool. Talking to Mac and Snives last night Mac and Frankie last night about how cool it was and how special it was up there. It was just like, we could feel that throughout the organization. So, throughout the count, we were watching, always checking our phone, like, all right, how many away? Like, he's gonna break it this night or whatever. You got people asking me for tickets. I was like, hey, I want tickets too. So, so it was awesome.